I think I did it. Hi. Hi, Janet. Welcome. I hope everything, let me know if everything looks good because I hope it's looking good. Hi, everybody. I'm Audra. This is the Audra Rain Show where I stream about whatever's on my mind, whatever hot topic is popping, or whatever else is going on. I have a few things planned. That is Bo, and he's a ham. Listen, I just got off work. I've been at work since 7:13 a.m. and it is now 8:33 and I clocked out of work at like 7:58. So, since I'm going to be eating dinner, I thought it would be fun to eat dinner while we continue the who the frickety frack did I marry? I will be eating my Popeyes dinner. I really did mean it when I said I got the ghost pepper wings. So I'm excited about that. Not sponsored, obviously. I would say obviously, but I guess maybe it wouldn't be obvious to everyone. Anyways, for those here right now, thank you. For those on the replay, appreciate you. It's going to be however long it takes me to like finish eating. And then once I'm done eating, let's see here. What we want to do is not that. Hold on. I can hear my mom cackling out there, and I don't know what she's cackling about. Oh, 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 oh. Is that it? I don't know if it's going to show me what I want to be shown. I'm like, I don't know if it's going to show me what I want to be shown. Hi, Danny. Listen, I'm taking your advice. I believe that was you. Oh, there it is. I feel like an idiot. Oh, look at how I got things looking. So as you can see, I've made some changes because I wanted it to look good. Hi, Feffy. We're going to put this at I'm going to up the speed because it was slow. If I can I? Is that like an option? If not, we're just going to keep going in this odd, glorious realm where I can't exactly remember where we left off. Oh, she's getting furniture. It's Chisme. She's getting furniture. He says he's bought the house. She's getting the furniture. I'm going to try to remember to mute my mic so I'm not like crunching in your ear. And I promise that my eating is a nightmare. I promise there will be food and crumbs falling off of my face. And I'm sorry, but also no, I'm not. I eat like a demon. That's just who I am as a person. Please understand this. I can't, I would love to be able to be like, oh, but that's just not who I am. Okay. I'm not the person who eats like all nice and neat and sweet and stuff. So, let us go in. If I can make it go faster, I will. If it won't let me make it go faster, I will cry because sometimes it just it's weird. There's something about this format. So I'm gonna hit play and we're gonna see what the hell's going on. All right. Let me know if you can hear it.
We go to Lowe's. I'm choosing all these appliances. He's taking pictures of the SKU number. We had representatives helping us, and he basically explained to them, "Hey, we're
not letting me go
house.
faster.
We should be closing sometime in June. Can we order this stuff now? Can I put a hold on it? Like, what can we do? Because we're not ready for delivery." I stood there as the Home Depot rep said, "We can hold it in our warehouse. Like, you can buy something and we can hold it." People do it all the time, especially with COVID. So I watched him pay. I want to say it was about it was either $350 or $500. I watched him pay a deposit on a whole new set of appliances for them, and they were going to hold it until we were ready for delivery. I watched this. So I was like, okay, good deal. Like, we got the appliances. Next, let's go to Rooms to Go and Ashley Furniture and find
I just want to say, don't go to Rooms to Go. That furniture is just whack. Please stop by. This is live. Selena, don't worry. This is live. Virtually everything on here is live. So, like, don't worry. I am also extremely tired. Tomorrow's supposed to be my day off, but I'm working it. I'm sorry. Listen. Do y'all like the border? Let me know if you like the border. I'm still working on some things, but like I'm feeling a little fancy, a little fancy schmancy. It's almost done. And I'm like drinking a lot, but please do not buy like Rooms to Go. Both is like Ashley Furniture is really expensive as well, but like Rooms to Go is like, listen, medicine makes all of us delusional.
Actual furniture. So we went all around Rooms to Go. We went to Ashley Furniture. We went to American Signature. And I saw all these things that I wanted. Again, he's taking pictures of it. He was like, I can go online and order it. I didn't think anything of it because, again, I just saw that we held the appliances. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So April turns into May. May 2020 comes. This is where things start to get a little interesting. May comes and obviously we had not done inspection. And I'm asking him all the time, what's the deal with the house? He was like, oh, because of COVID, they're trying to get someone to do the inspection. But the guy that they had, it was always something. The guy they had caught COVID, so they're going to have to get somebody else. And he's like 15 houses backed up, so it'll be a while. So at this point in May, I know I look crazy. In this point in May of 2020, I started recording audio diaries. I don't know why. It was something just made me just start recording my thoughts.
Yo, I'm about to like lose my mind because I feel like these audio diaries are going to like give me like so much joy. And yes, for those of you who don't know, they met in March. She is in fact driving Kiara. Oh, let me take my old lady. Listen, I swear by bareback and body every night. I don't know if you're supposed to take as many as I take. I'm gonna live my life. You know what I mean? Who's gonna stop me? Nobody. Maybe my stomach. So my back hurts and my body hurts. Let me live. Like I can't. Oh my God, chocolate cake. That sounds so good. Listen. If I get to a point in a relationship where like, I need to start keeping audio diaries, we just need to break up. Like, why are we still going? What is even happening here? But she's like, I kept giving her the benefit of the doubt. We're supposed to like have an inspection. Inspection's not happening. I'm like, girl, you need to call that realtor. XOXO, what's up? Hi, Nancy Drew. Listen, if y'all can't stand like eating noises, anybody who can't like content warning for eating, because like I don't like obviously I'm gonna try to keep the chicken crunches down to a minimum, but this is it's hurting my feelings. Steven, it's so good to see you. Hey, all right. Back in
thoughts in an audio diary, and I still have them, and I would save them by the date, and I would just start talking about what's on my mind. So I was like, I knew there was something was nagging me, like but I kept pushing it out of my mind. I was like, you saw, this is what I reminded myself. You saw him pay for the appliances. You know the house is under contract. You know that he told you that he's the one who put the house under contract. Why would, like, I remember saying to myself, why would he lie about that? This is so easy to verify. Why would he lie about that? Have you caught him in any other lie? And at the time, the answer was no. So I really was like, maybe you just aren't used to a guy who actually does what he's supposed to do. Like, I was questioning myself and then answering my own question.
I'm literally so confused because honestly, like, I would be like, yeah, I saw him pay for things we don't have. I saw that the house is under contract, but like, here's the thing. Why would you be getting a house with somebody? You're going to marry them and you're not going to be on the house? Baby girl, what are you doing? What are you doing, honey bun? You are hurting my feelings. Because even the best of us, you know, even when you want to believe in the romantic, like, oopa-doopa-doo, whatever that is, you know what I mean? I'm still going to be like, babes, I need to be on the house because if you die, like, I don't have any rights to this house. Like, I feel like she's smart. She seems intelligent. That's like a given. You have to, like, and if you're not, you need to be like, okay, well, we need to do the will. If you're going to just do the whole mortgage and all that stuff, that's fine. But we need to do a will and power of attorney. So if you just died, I have a place to live or I can sell it. Like, girl, my feelings destroyed.
Questions. So, inspection didn't happen. Around mid-May, I found out I was pregnant. May 2020. When I found out I was pregnant, he was ecstatic and I was like, oh shit.
I cannot breathe. Girl, you were letting this man raw dog you. You were letting this man raw dog you and just blow and go in your house? Oh, Jesus. You were so worried about living with a man that you weren't married, and yet there he was. Just all of his swimmers, just bam, just aiming, just precision. Because listen, nobody is more able to make a woman pregnant than a bum. No one. Only a bum. You know, you find someone you love, you care about, you actually want to have babies with. Good luck, child. That's not going to be happening. At all. But that bum, he is going to knock you up over and over and over again. I promise you, that bum's little swimmers will always hit their target. Remember that. Remember that. No. Oh my God. Everyone knows this. Like, everyone knows this. The bums always make it. Like, the bums always just boom. And now you stuck with them. That's why they're so happy about it. They're like, I'm going to get you pregnant. They are. That is a threat. It is a threat and you should take it as such. Okay. Oh no. Vision of you. You always come with the worst medical knowledge. I still love you. Welcome in.
The reason why I was oh shit is because, number one, I'm plus size. Number two, because of my age, I felt like it was probably going to be a high risk pregnancy. And I wasn't married. And that nagged. I cannot tell y'all how much it nagged me. There was a lot of internal struggle in between. My family didn't even know that he had moved in at this point. I told them, you know, that I was pregnant. Went to the doctor. Everything looked good. But again, because it was COVID, he couldn't go in with me into the actual room. So, you know, doing any sort of ultrasound, doing the blood test, because my HCG levels were really high. So the doctor was like, hey, it might be twins. We don't know yet. You're still kind of early, you know, along.
No, I rebuke that. Twins? I really hope it's not twins. I'm going to panic. I'm panicking. And this isn't even happening to me. I'm having like a panic attack. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's a bum and you're knocked up and it's twins. Please. You're living out my worst nightmare. This is like, I swear to you, like, this is the kind of stuff, like, when people are like, what's the worst thing that could happen to you? This. Please, I'm trying to eat dinner here.
They gave me a due date. The due date was January 26th of 2021. So, yeah. May, found out I was pregnant. So there was now more of a push into, we got to get a house. We got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm not having a baby in Riverdale. Okay, nothing against Riverdale, but I ain't having a baby in Riverdale. So we need to find out what's going on with this house. And so he was on top of it. He had an answer for everything. He was like, I'm gonna call and find out what's going on, blah blah blah. He then magically told me about a week later, oh, they're going to do inspection on the house like in 2 days. So I was just like, okay, keep in mind, I'm taking his word for it. I'm taking his word for all this. So he's like, they're going to do an inspection. Once we get the inspection report back, then we will know what we are going to be responsible for. What are we getting ourselves into?
On another side note, she is way too pretty for all this. She is too pretty for all of this. It's very upsetting. It really is a double mint gum commercial gone wrong vision of you. Like, I can't. I'm getting like, I'm getting indigestion and it's not from the wings.
So, I guess they did an inspection. He showed me an inspection report. Only thing that they said that the roof had just recently been replaced, which I remember he was very happy about. And the issues that there were for the house were minor. It was not a bad, because we did have a discussion about it. He was like, it's nothing that we can't handle.
You and me both, Danny.
Then he said that we were set to close the end of May. We were set to close the end of May. He told me it was going to be a virtual closing. You're probably like, what the hell is a virtual closing? Because again, he's saying because of COVID, people are not closing in the office. They're doing a virtual closing where you would need to electronically sign the paperwork. This is what he's telling me. And so he was like, we're set to close like just before Memorial Day. And so for some reason, again, there's still that nagging part. For some reason, I didn't start packing. Anyone that knows me will tell you I hate moving. I've done it enough in my life. I hate moving. But I did not start packing up that house at all. I was just like.
She was like, there was this nagging. I'm like, girl, that's your ancestors. They were like, girl, please. Her ancestors are out here like knocking it, like trying to beat her in the head. They're like, hi. Girl, we didn't endure all this shit for you to get with some bunk ass man. Listen, Monica. He like, and see, you know what? I can't say anything. Because when I was a married person, unfortunately, yes, I was married to a man. Don't judge me. Everyone makes mistakes. Thank you. But there was like a period of time where the way that we had our bills split was I paid, just like I do here, actually. I pay household. He paid the mortgage. I had to find out, like when we were like really close to losing our house at the time, that he just hadn't been paying the mortgage on time and in full. Like I just had to randomly find that out because I was like, what the fuck is going on? Meanwhile, I've been paying all the bills like I'm supposed to. Like electricity, always on. Netflix paid. Like internet paid. I'm paying all this shit. Oh, God. Yes, survival instinct. This man has to, he needs to be studied, I think, so far, because like this is a scheme. This is like Don Draper level shit. Nah, this is Don Draper. Okay. Like not as dapper, maybe, because I don't know what this man looks like. And no, I don't want him revealed. I know that somebody said something about how some people did reveal him. And that was, y'all don't be doxing people, especially if the person who's telling the story is like, I don't want to tell you who it is. Like, damn, rude. So anyways, I have butterflies on the first date. No, I know that is your fear response. That is the response telling you to run. I have never had butterflies and it's turned out well. I've never been like, oh my God, it's butterflies. That is your nervous system being like, you've got to get the fuck out of here. There's so much danger. You're like, the hair was standing up on the back of my neck, baby. That is your fear response, please. Yes. Work in progress. Yeah. So like we ended up doing like, well, a whole deal or whatever. But here's the thing that pissed me off is like both of our names were on this loan. Why did you not just tell me that you were like, obviously he was deep in the middle of an addiction. So there's that part of it. But I was just like, you could have said something, because honestly, if I had known, like this would have changed a lot of the ways that I was doing things. I would have put more money to help you. Well, I would have put money directly towards the mortgage, not to you, to the mortgage, because apparently you can't be trusted with the money, son. But I would have helped. But damn, Don Draper, but musty. And also Don Draper's shenanigans led him to some success. I mean, it did. But like that, if I were ever to talk about incels, like an in-depth like stream about incels, I would be like, a lot of y'all forget that at the end of that, at the end of Mad Men, Don Draper is alone and a loser. So like, stop tripping on Chads. Listen, and I'm the mushiest romantic, and I would still attribute that to stomach issues. I know, but listen, for me, if I have butterflies in my stomach, I'm like, ooh, I'm gassy. Like that's my first thought.
I'm pregnant. My body was changing so fast that it was like I can barely keep my eyes open half the day. And so, no, I didn't start packing. And I remember I did record, again, I was recording audio diaries just about every day. When something didn't sit right, I would verbally record it in the audio diary, because I was like, I don't know what it is, but there's something. That was the theme of our relationship. I don't know what it is, but I know there's something. And so I remember talking to myself in my little prayer closet, because that's where I would do my recordings. And I remember thinking, what if we don't get this house? Like, what if he's lying? But again, there goes that thought process of, why would he lie about this? Like, who makes up that they're buying a house when in fact they're not?
Bums.
And then he showed you all this paperwork. Like, come on, you can't be that jaded that you don't even believe what's in front of you.
Girl.
All right?
You should have been listening to your inner
now
voice.
Now we're going to go into part 5. Okay, part 5.
Okay. So we're going into part 5. Part 4. I think what's killing me is that, like, every instinct she has been trying to tell her, like, hey, fam, none of this is making sense, actually. And she's just like, well, like maybe. Incels are involuntary celibate, Stephen. Ironically, it wasn't created by men, but we're gonna move on. But it's men who they're not great, but I think that a lot of them can be reformed and helped, and others are lost causes because that's just how everything works. But I mean, damn. Dudes will lie about shit that does not need to be lied about. It's like they're leaving clues for you to catch them. It's given cop. That cop movie. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ava, you're good. You're good. It's actually very interesting. So far I'm into this and I'm just like, I can't quite figure out why you just didn't listen to any, like, all of the alarm bells were like ringing in her head this entire time. It's all like trying to tell her, like, you are in danger, girl. Save yourself. Save yourself. But she just keeps being like, but no, like, I'm pregnant and this is going to be romantic. Not if you don't have a house. We tell ourselves way too many lies. I'm just like, girl, you lied to yourself too much. You like kept forgiving. Look at how sweaty I am, y'all. I'm sweaty. Okay. It was hot today. It was 93 degrees in February. It's February 26th. It was 93 degrees. Okay. Back in, and I'm going to keep eating.
Who the fuck did I marry? So I'm questioning all this stuff in my head out loud on my audio diaries. And then once again, I'm like, but look at what he's giving you. Like, he's paying. It wasn't a question about money. It was just a question of, are we really about to move into this house? And keep in mind, he's paying all the household bills. He still is. So we were supposed to close before Memorial Day. We didn't. There was an excuse. There was always an excuse with him. Always an excuse. And I didn't know enough about the process to question stuff because I really wasn't involved the way I should have been. And it was giving me a lot of anxiety. So I'm pregnant with a lot of anxiety. And if I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all, I was not expecting that I was probably going to have a healthy pregnancy because I was stressed. And what I was stressed about is I didn't know what was going on because I wasn't really involved the way that a normal relationship would be involved. Just being honest. So we did not close. We move now into June. This is now going into June. Around June
again, she
6th,
met him in March.
I looked at the house again on realtor.com. I don't know what made me do it other than, and I don't mean to sound super spiritual. I know that people are like, you know, you may or may not believe in God, but I'm telling you, I believe with all my heart, probably the Holy Spirit was like, look at that house on realtor.com. So I looked at the house on realtor.com. This was around June 5th. It showed that the house was off the market. And I remember being like, okay, wait, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because ex-husband is telling me we're about to close on the house. We're about to close. It's our house.
And I don't know if she's going to say this, but I will tell you this. In buying a house, it'll say under contract up until the day it closes. If it goes off if it's actually like off the market, one of two things has happened. Somebody actually closed on it or the owners took it off the market. Excuse me. So, the fact that it says that means, cause like, the reason they do that is obviously if for whatever reason the deal falls through, anybody who was looking at the house or had favorited it, and like told their realtor, like, I want to see it. If the deal falls through, the realtor can be like, hey, that deal fell through. Do you want to go like look at the house and put an offer in? Yeah. So like, Peppy, listen, girl, I am a believer and the Lord was guiding you to find out the lie, period. So far, 90 days, what in the TLC is going on here to buy a house with a man, period. Listen, both hovering because I'm eating and everything that I drop on the floor, I'm like, come get it. Every time I like, because as you can see, I'm like, you can't see all the crumbs I currently have in my lap, and I'm like busily trying to like get rid of them. But yeah. Oh God, I'm getting like brisket and ribs. I'm getting anxiety about how she's driving and filming a 50-part series. Listen. But are you not entertained? I'm sorry. Listen, I apologize.
We got furniture, he's also telling me that he's been in contact with the realtor, his friend, who was telling him, this is what was happening next. Here's what's going on. So the guy that we initially worked with apparently is completely out of the picture. But again, I was not heavily involved. So I'm just like, let me look at the house. I see it's off market. What the fuck does off market mean? Like, now I'm really freaking out. So it shows the name of the real estate agent for the seller. I don't remember her name. I called her and I said, I said, my husband and I, even though I wasn't married, my husband and I were looking at this house at 123 Main Street, and we really wanted to tour it, but now I'm showing it's off market. Is it not available? Or, I pulled that card, and she was like, oh, no, ma'am. The home closed yesterday. It closed June 4th. Again,
Listen,
there's certain dates I just remember.
Baby.
And I said, oh, it closed.
What the fuck? No. 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 Monica, she got a whole relationship and marriage worth of stuff in 90 days, and the Lord was showing her she was ignoring it, and he was also telling her, don't believe what you see or hear, believe what I tell you. Like, I can't breathe. The house closed yesterday. Bitch. Oh my God. I don't know if I have the labial strength for this, man. Like, I'm falling apart already. And there's like 4 more hours. This is too much for my spirit. I'm breaking down. I'm going down. Oh, thank you, Monica. The same. The exact same. Literally, whatever spirits that you believe in, whatever it is, what I'm telling you right now is when the tire blew out, they were trying to tell you at that point in time. You were just like, I'm not trying to hear that. Oh my God, I can't. Okay. Let me just like try to get some strength in my body. Let me crackle my backle. Let me get my back together. How many wings I got left? 3. I think I got like 12 altogether. I'd be eating. All right. Let's go back in.
It was June 4th?
Hey.
I was like, really? And she said, yes, ma'am. She was like, my sellers sold the house. And I was like, oh, man, okay. Well, I said, my husband and I really wanted, we love the pictures of it. And we're getting ready to start a family. So I would have loved to have been able to, have the opportunity to see it. I asked her something. I don't remember the specific question I asked her. And I know why I asked the question, because I was anticipating that my boyfriend at the time was going to have some sort of excuse. So I asked her something about the buyers. And I remember, and somehow, again, forgive me, I don't remember the question I asked her. But the answer was
Monica,
that it was
I am falling off my ass. I can't, ain't no way. I can't, like, y'all, I'm falling apart. Oh my God. I can't handle this. Like, all of the vibes were bad. Every vibe was bad. Now you got this bum baby inside you. Oh my God. I really hope you didn't tell them that you were leaving your lease. Jesus. Oh God. Okay.
White couple. Older white couple. So I get off the phone with her. I record an audio diary. And in the audio diary, I specifically say, okay, there is no house. He's going to have to get out of this lie somehow. Because now I realize, at the very least, he was lying about him being the one who was under contract. I knew enough about that. So I was like, what, how is he going to get out of this? Again, I've listened to the audio diary in 2024. I literally said in that audio diary, how is he going to get out of this lie? And I was trying to think of ways on how he's going to do it. And something said to me, because I say it on the audio diary, I said, he's going to say it's a bad deal. And he's going to say he wants to pull out. Y'all keep in mind, I am pregnant. So,
girl,
I had a decision to make. As ugly as this decision was, I made the decision, you're about to have a baby with this man. He's paying all the household bills.
Girl, no.
Let him get out of the lie. And that's what I did. I purposely made the decision that I knew he was going to come back, and I knew he was going to give me some bullshit on why he could.
Like, girl. I'm upset. Why are you like this? Like, my feelings are genuine. Oh, I didn't know I could do that over here. Sorry. I push buttons on my stream deck. I didn't know they work over here. I am upset. This is the thing she did. She obviously did still marry him. I can't breathe. Please. I'm panicking. I cannot handle the stress. This is honestly like the most stressful shiz that I have ever experienced in the entirety of my life. Like, this is more stressful than that time when I shouldn't have trusted that far after eating all that butter. You know, it is what it is. This is a lot of mistakes were made, Talon. I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh my God, please, I can't breathe. You're giving. I'm trying to believe in you, but you're so pretty. You're so pretty, and you're putting up with all this wild ass shit.
Couldn't buy the house because he didn't know
it couldn't have been that good.
I knew that house is already sold. The house is already sold. And this is the part where I said, I'm gonna be honest, even though it's gonna make me look bad, because most women in their right mind would have been like, I'm out.
Thank you. Yes.
And I didn't.
I would have taken my womb and left.
Sure enough, he came home. He didn't really say anything that day. The next day I asked him about the house, and he said, my friend, the realtor, he was like, I'm talking to him because something's going on with the interest rate. And when he said that, I felt so much relief, because I knew that I had been prepared for, he's going to give you some bullshit.
Oh,
so
girl.
When he said there's something with the interest rate, I said, you know what? If this is literally what I said, y'all. If the interest rate isn't good, then we shouldn't move there.
That's it.
We should probably let this house go. We should cancel whatever furniture we ordered, or appliances, and let's just look for another house. I said I would like to be moved before the end of the year. I said I really don't want to be 9 months pregnant moving into a house. I would like to be done with this before then.
I want to be 0 months pregnant moving. 0 months pregnant. Obviously, I don't like children and I wouldn't have them. But when it comes to, if I were in this situation, like, I want to be 0 months pregnant with this move, because moving sucks. Just generally, 0 months. She's giving it like, Tracy, exactly. She was like, I'm so glad. I knew he was a liar. Like, girl, please. Again, I don't like, please, for the love, this is the story that if you are not decentering men and just in general romantic relationships, if you're not doing that, if you're just like not, this is your story. This is the thing. This is the ancestors telling you to focus on different things in your life, because obviously the need to get married and have a relationship and a family overwhelmed any common sense, any of her intelligence, just all of that just out the window. Negative months. Like, it's just every ounce of intelligence she had, every sense of self-preservation, just whoop out the window over a relationship. Girl, listen, I'm upset. Listen, I gotta scorch my eyes. They dry. Cause like, I can't, first of all, it does run in my family. We got dry eye, but also like, I literally can't, got it down my face and now it tastes salty. Doesn't this give you diarrhea if you put it in your mouth? Listen, I don't know. I feel like that's true. I feel like I saw it on a medical show. Like, not a medical show. Let me rephrase. Like Chicago Med or The Rookie. Let me live my life. Oh my God, I can't. Thank you, Monica. We are like 15 major lies in, and it's only 90 days into this relationship. This is, Love is Blind could never. Love is Blind could literally never. All right.
The way I said it was so calm, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna call the friend, the realtor, and tell him I'm backing out of the house, and I'm gonna see if I can get my earnest money back. And I remember looking at him. I was standing in the kitchen, and I cocked my head to the side, and I said, okay, get your earnest money back, and let's find another house. And so that's how that first house fell through. So,
please don't tell me there's another house.
I keep looking at this to see how much time I have, because they only give you 10 minutes. So this is part 5. Part 6 is coming. But subsequently, what ends up happening the next week, which is mid-June, I was at work, and I started cramping. started bleeding. And at this point, my doctor, I had just had an ultrasound
Please don't give me bad
earlier that
news.
day. So I went to work because the ultrasound was fine. I went to work and the cramping and the bleeding started. And I started crying because I kind of knew what was going on.
No!
And my doctor had called me and told me that when they did the ultrasound, they did not see a heartbeat. So she was like, this pregnancy is not going to be viable.
I am too emotional right now for
crying
this.
and hysterical. And now we're going to get into part 6.
Yo, no.
Okay.
Another sign by Black Jesus. Black Jesus has literally been like on her, being like, hey, get the fuck out of here. I feel so bad that oh no. Tracy B, she did say first house. So like there's like so many stress. Like it is, Kiara, I feel the same. It's like I'm really sad for her because it's like that's terrible, but also bullet dodged. Like Talon, I love that. Now it's time to run, dear heart. Oh my god, I like this. This is like the most stressful shit I've ever seen in my life. They were not lying on TikTok when they said it was like up, down, all around town. I am, oh God, please run for your life. But she's not because we're only 55 minutes in. Here we go.
So this is...
Yeah, she wanted to be a mom.
Who the fuck did I make?
Hey, this girl.
So where we left off. So obviously, my doctor had called and told me there was no heartbeat. The pregnancy was not viable at that point. And I was cramping and spotting at work. Went into my best friend's office and immediately started crying. She was like, what's going on? And I said, I told her what the doctor said. And she grabbed her keys, grabbed her purse, and was like, let's go. I'm taking you home. On my way home, I called my boyfriend and told him what the doctor said. And he was like, I'll meet you at home. So he was coming from Duluth, went straight home. And so about 24 or 48 hours later, I had a doctor's appointment. And my doctor gave me 3 options. First option, let everything happen naturally. Your body will expel the fetus on its own.
No, don't do that.
Second option, you can take a pill which will induce expelling the fetus.
Do that one.
The pill basically will cause you to contract and expel. The third option was to go into the hospital and do a D&C. I did not want to do a D&C because I did not want to be in a hospital with COVID going on.
That's true.
And for whatever reason, I did not do the option of let it happen naturally.
No, that's
So
good,
I chose to
actually.
do the pill. His birthday was June 17th. My ex's birthday was June 17th. So the decision was made, we're going to celebrate his birthday that day, go out to eat. And then that night I would take the pill because we both were off from work the next 2 days, next 2 or 3 days.
I'm getting chills.
So, went out to eat to try to celebrate as best we could, and then took the pill that night. That night was the most traumatic, excruciating pain I've ever put my body through. I do not recommend any woman, if prayerfully you don't have to go through that, but I don't recommend taking that pill. If you don't have to, don't do it.
I will say, from what I've heard, it's awful either way. Like, I feel like people heard natural and thought, and like, were like, oh, that's, from what I've heard, it's very painful and awful either way. Obviously, I don't know. Because any of mine, I just thought they were bad periods. Moving forward, yeah, like this is, it's like, here's the thing. My heart is broken for her because she did, like Fefi was saying, she wanted to be a mom. And yes, but also I'm glad that she is not stuck with this guy. If that's cool. Yeah, she just wanted, like, I think sometimes they're just things. Yeah, he's like, yeah, let's just, celebrate my birthday as best as we can. I'm so sorry, sir. We can't really celebrate. Like, this is, I don't want to have cake. This is one of those things that cake doesn't solve. Thanks. And cake solves a lot of things, but this isn't one of those things.
The whole night in the bathroom, just crying in so
exactly
much pain.
Ace. That's how I'm glad.
They gave me a narcotic. I couldn't take it because I found out I was allergic to it, so it was causing me to like projectile vomiting, and it was a mess. So and he was right there. He was scared that he needed to take me to the ER, but in the morning the pain kind of subsided. So about 72 hours later, I had another doctor's appointment.
Vision of You said, we need to hear and share these pregnancy stories. These medications are no cakewalk, yet the Republicans are acting like they're Tic Tacs and we just act like no big. Yeah. I've never heard anybody be like about any of these things. So it's just wild to me. Like, I can't fathom going through this and being like, how you go to restaurants and it's your birthday? You know what I'm talking about? And they come up, happy birthday, da 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 da, and you're like, oh my God, this is like, I could not. Yeah, I know you're suffering, but my birthday, yeah. I can't imagine sitting there on what is arguably one of they do, Ava. And another, I wouldn't call it a fun fact, but fact about them is that a lot of them that take place are just unknown to the person that they're happening to. A lot of people just don't even know that they've had one. A lot of people just think that they had a particularly heavy period, a particularly heavy, somewhat extra painful period. Yeah. So it's just, I couldn't imagine like the weirdness of like celebrating a birthday, and so like the whole group is, and like at some places they like yell out like, hey, we got a birthday here, and you're like, please don't do that to me right now. This man, I just feel like there should be, like, he needs Old Testament God. Okay.
Where the purpose of this appointment was to do an ultrasound to see if everything had passed. Everything did not pass. So because of that, my doctor was like, we're going to have to do a DNC. My DNC was scheduled for the first week of July. My boyfriend, my ex, was going to take me. That was always the plan. 2 days before my procedure, he comes home and tells me that he is up for a promotion. He's up to be promoted to VP. Because of this, the president of the company, is coming in, and it was going to be this huge business.
But girl, have you confirmed his job? Like, see, here's the thing. If I already knew about the house and I'm having this situation going on with losing our child, I'm gonna check on that man's job. Like, is he paying the bills? Sure. But how? With what money? Because I don't want to be involved in your like illegal shenanigans. Although I can't say anything because my ex-husband did take me over to a dealer of joyful things once, because he wanted that sweet Mary Jane. And we met this man at a bar, and that man was drinking G. So we followed him in the car to his house. There was a giant pit bull, like I mean one of those like big ones. Like this was the size of a 13-year-old boy. A 13-year-old thick boy. Very sweet dog. Got out of there with the Mary Jane. It was a frightening situation. We do a lot of stupid things in relationships, to be honest. Maybe I should be less judgmental. Okay. Someone paying the bills doesn't mean the payment is not coming from shady things. Exactly. Listen, I feel like at this point it's like, check his job, girl. Let's find out. What time is it? We're going to do what time is it now? We're going to do 30 more minutes, and then I have to or until my next Truly is finished. Hold on. Let me grab the Truly before I hit start because I can't hear. So hold on. Hold on. I haven't put them in the fridge yet. Those are the sounds I make after I've been standing up for 8 hours straight, basically. All right. Once this Truly is finished, we're done for the night, and then maybe we'll have some more dinner tomorrow night. We'll get into it. Also, James Somerton did an actual response, and we're gonna have to react to that as well. So we'll see what's happening. Okay. With the stimulus checks. Oh my God, Monica, you're right. He could have paid the bills with the stimulus. Jeez.
The business meeting was scheduled for the day of my surgery. And so I'm throwing a fit because I was like, you there's no way you can do that meeting. I need you to take me to the hospital and all this other stuff. And so he offered to have his sister take me to the hospital. Apparently his sister lived in Douglasville. I was like, no, because I've never met her. I'm not having a stranger take me to the hospital. No, this is a private situation. I don't want to do that, blah, blah, blah. So my aunt had offered to take me. And then
it does feel like we're watching a telenovela together.
From work had offered to take me. So at that point, we get into an argument because he's like, my sister is, you got your family, so why can't she step in? And I was like, nah, because I don't know her. Period. I don't know her. So my friend offers to take me to the hospital because I was all distressed that he's saying he has a business meeting and he can't take me. So I remember being on I-75 on the connector on the phone with her crying because I was so embarrassed that he wasn't going to be the one to take me.
I would be embarrassed too.
I was needing to rely on someone else to take me to the hospital in order to get a...
Obviously, it wasn't this as deep as this, but I had crowns. Listen, this sounds so stupid. I sound like such an idiot. I'm like, obviously this isn't the same, but it isn't. It's just, it speaks to someone, a person that you're dating's character. And just for reference, because I feel like this young man was 10 years younger than me, but he picked me up. I worked with him. His name was Clint. He was so cute. I was like, oh my God. Because I think at the time I was 30 something, 34, 35. And he was 10 years younger than me. He was so cute. He's a big boy. And so he's one of the big boys. If I'm going to get with a straight man, he's got to be big. So the thing was, But my own husband didn't come and like pick me up from the dentist. Like I was going under, like they do that thing where they like, you're going to be too, fucked up on the drugs, on the numbing and all that stuff that they give you so that you don't feel it when they're like into your mouth. My own husband didn't come get me. He let another man come pick me up when I'm under the influence. He just let like another man, like, I mean, he knew this man. We all worked together. Just saying, if I wanted to, okay. This is the best way to watch this, like a TV show recap. I feel like it is. Like, I'm having a really good time. I hope you are. She does not know this man's family, Kiara. She was ready. Buying a house, ready to get married. There's no way I'm even marrying somebody if I haven't met your family or like know why you don't talk to them. Excuse me. Because, in these days, there's reasons people don't talk to their family. How are we supposed to be getting married? What are you talking about? Yes. And here's the thing. I don't really think that there's a company that would like be like, nope. Like a business meeting. All right. What's her name? What's the name of this meeting? Shaniqua. Sorry, I was starting to sing the song.
D&C done. And she was really great. She was like, girl, this is why you have a village. Like, it's okay. Things happen. The world is crazy right now. I will take you. You're going to be okay. So he did not take me to the hospital for my D&C. My friend did. She could not stay because of COVID protocol. So when they wheeled me into pre-op after I got checked in, I texted him and was just letting him know, hey, here's the update. I'm about to, I'm in pre-op. They're going to get me prepared to go back.
Is anybody else hearing, no scrubs in the background, or is it just me? Oh my God. Oh, listen, I promise you, Netflix is like, I would not be surprised if she wasn't talking to Netflix right now. Netflix and Hulu are battling right now. Like, excuse me. Excuse me, miss.
To the surgical ward or whatever. And the response I got was from his new executive assistant named David. Now, when he told me he was up for the promotion, he did tell me that part of getting this new job would be that he would get an executive assistant.
I feel like David is made up and I'm panicking.
And he did tell me, I'm going to make sure that I inform David if you get a text from this number, meaning from me, pull me out of the meeting. Cause
I'm getting so stressed out.
My fiance's having a procedure done and I'm picking her up. So it's important that you come get me if it's something serious.
Not wrecking ball.
So I text him. David responds. He said, yeah, Mr. Blah Blah told me that you are having a procedure done. If you need me to get him, I can go get him. He's in a meeting. Just let me know what you need. And I just said, no, don't bother him. I'm just giving an update that they're about to take me back. And David responds and says, I'm so sorry you're going through this. Please let me know if there's anything I can do.
Y'all, listen, okay, here's the problem with being a person who recognize, like, it's not just because I'm autistic, but I'm a pattern recognizer. It's one of the reasons that I'm super, super good at puzzles. Like, it's ridiculous. When I do a puzzle, it's absolutely like, it's a wild situation to watch me do it. To be honest, it's like, you know how they'll like make it like, you know how Reed on Criminal Minds and that one show Numbers, whenever his like brain would be like, whoa, and they have the numbers flying around his head because he was so fucking smart. That's how I am with a puzzle. I don't know why I told y'all that. Anyways, the point is, in this pattern, I feel like David is made up because this man lies about everything. Why would he not also be David? Do you know what I mean? He's also David. Excuse me. I'm so like I thank you, Kiara, because I was like, please. Like I swear to you. I feel very confident that he is like that David, the executive assistant, is because you have to see the pattern, right? Like if you're paying attention to the pattern of things, he just keeps like lying about shit that doesn't matter, but it does matter. Like that's the thing. The other thing is like these things do matter. He enjoys like the weird chaos. And I think he also really keeps trying to build himself up and make himself into this person, but he can't because like he's a liar and he's a thief. And I don't know why I let you do the thing. I'm sorry. Listen, oh my God. Okay. David is some dude at the bodega. He slipped a 10 or two. Yeah, you know what? I did miss that. You know, when I lived in LA, you could get like one cigarette. That was a great way to help me quit smoking. Like when I lived in LA, you could just like, you could get like a couple cigarettes. You could be like, let me get 4 cigarettes. Listen, let me live. All right.
I have the procedure. I wake up and I am now in recovery. I should be in recovery 45 minutes up to an hour and a half. I wake up. First thing I ask, and I remember asking, is where is so-and-so? The nurse who was so sweet, you know, she was like, everything went well. You're doing great. She said, we spoke to your fiance. He's on his way. So I said, okay, okay. I kind of dozed back out, but I could still hear everything that was going on. I just could not keep my eyes open to save my life.
Yeah, because they be getting you with some drugs.
I hear her talk to the other nurse. And that's when she said, yeah, Dr. So-and-so called her fiance and his executive assistant picked up. And the executive assistant said that he was in a business meeting and that, you could relay to him what you need to say and he'll, tell Mr.
It is him. It is him. He is David and David is him. I know you're seeing this. I know, you know, I know, we know. It is him, because this is wild. No.
He'll tell the fiance. And my doctor was like, hell no. HIPAA, I need to speak to him.
Okay, that was so black. I'm so happy. HIPAA. So, hell no. HIPAA. I like how we just say a word like everybody knows. We just live our life. HIPAA. But it's still him. I feel it. I feel it in the G spot.
I called the doctor back about 30 minutes later, and the doctor informed him she'll be ready to be discharged in about an hour. You can make your way and come pick her up.
Hi, Charcy.
He was on his way from Duluth to Atlanta, which is not a huge distance, but the time of day, one thing about Atlanta, there's always traffic. So he should have been there within the hour.
Okay.
I should have only been in recovery an hour and a half. Let's go to the next part.
Girl.
Part 7.
She literally, I'm on edge because here's the thing. First of all, I am, in fact, actually getting gassy from the amount of food I just shoveled into my face. And I know to some people that might not seem like a lot of food. However, I haven't eaten all day because like a meal all day because there's no place to go to the bathroom. So now my stomach is bubbling. It is boiling and I am stressed. I just... Feffy, I'm an executive assistant and that is not executive assistant behavior. I'm so I can't, this is unfathomable. I can't deal. That is a hard word to say, by the way. You have to say it slow. You have to be unfathomable. I can't handle this. Okay. At this point, this man gets off on lying. I'm not kink shaming, but this one is crazy. Here's the thing. If that is your kink, babes, the other person should know. The other person should know about the kink, love. Shouldn't just be you having a good time. Fava beans. Okay.
Who the fuck did I marry? So I should have been in recovery at Northside Hospital for about at most an hour and a half. Subsequently, I ended up being in recovery between 3 to 3.5 hours. The nurses kept calling my ex, asking what's the status, because they were actually getting ready to do a shift change.
Yeah, they don't like that.
So they kept calling, asking what's the status? What's the status? Like, where are you? I want to say that they called a total of 3 times and they spoke to him twice. So at this point, I knew that they were all like, where's her fiance? Like, what is going on? He said he was stuck in traffic, and so he was making his way there. He eventually did get to Northside Hospital, and they wheeled me down.
You know what else nurses don't like?
In
when you try to do the boogie boogie in the room. They don't like it. When you try to oh my God, when you try to do that, they don't like it. I wouldn't know from personal experience. I'm just telling you, they don't like it. Anyways.
Just because of the protocols. So when I got in the car, and I'm in pain, but yet drugged up, couldn't keep my eyes open, I was just out of it. But I remember him calling my aunt and my mother and letting them know, I picked her up, we're on the way home, let me get her settled, and then I'll give you guys an update. I remember that. What I did not know was that he had texted my aunt and my mom and asked them to not bother me for like a week. Like, just please don't reach out to her. Let her just rest. I am from New Jersey. I am from an African American family. You don't tell my black mama,
period,
or my black aunt that, please don't bother her for a week.
Listen.
I didn't know this at the time, but I'm just interjecting that part. I'm trying to stay in the timeline, but he did apparently do that, and my aunt was like, "Boy, I will fuck you up." Anyway,
that's my mama.
So
and my aunt.
Go home. He waits on me hand and
Monica.
foot. I recover. Just needed about 24 to 48 hours to just get my mind right. During this time, in between when the house in Douglasville fell through, we had not talked about a house. So I guess it was about a week later, after the DNC, he decides that, do you want to start looking for a house again? Excuse me, I have the hiccups, y'all. Do you want to start looking for a house again?
No.
Because
you broke bitch. I'm sorry.
I felt like
not
I
her
was
him
smarter this time to say, I want to be involved in every aspect, because I don't know what the fuck happened with that house in Douglasville. But what I do know is that he lied to me. I didn't know then what I know now. I just knew he lied about I knew he lied about being under contract. So I told him, I said, I don't want to work with your friend who I've never met, never talked to. I know that he has talked to him because he's talked to him in front of me. And I'm going to demonstrate on one of the videos how he used to do his phone calls. Don't worry, it's coming. So we found a new real estate agent. Really nice guy.
Day 109, house number 2. I love that you're keeping track for us, Monica. Thank you.
Really nice guy. And we told him what the budget was. And Scott was like, okay, when you guys are ready, we can start looking at houses. Try to look for houses that are empty, because you can actually tour those. If it's a house where someone's already living in there, chances are it's going to have to be a virtual tour because of COVID. Mm-hmm. So I found a house that I absolutely, in total, we must have looked at about 15 houses.
Listen, let me tell you something. When me and my mom used to live in these apartments together, but we each had our own apartment, we would go on these walks like during lockdown. First of all, I just need you to understand that me and my mom are super nosy people, and we enjoy being nosy. That's who we are as people, and we will continue to be like that, okay? So so we would just like walk by, and like there was like houses that had just been built. So we would just go on tours. We were, because we go on a walk every day. So we were quite literally, I wish I was kidding, we would bring our masks with us just so that we could tour these houses. It was just, this is the thing. He is wasting everybody's time. And what is wrong? Like, what? This man is made out of the jizz of Satan's balls, because it doesn't make any sense. No, I would never buy a house on a virtual tour at all. Same thing with an apartment. I would never do that. Because the thing is, even if they don't deliberately try to make the angles look weird, I just want to tell you that, like, when you are like, and I'm sure most people know this, but space is weird and cameras do weird things with empty space. So when you're trying to do these virtual tours, rooms come out looking sometimes bigger than they are, smaller than they are. And like for some reason, they always tend to get like bendy. The walls kind of like, I don't know, man, don't do it.
But I found a house in Smyrna that I absolutely loved. We toured the house. Everything about this house was perfect. The house was listed for $699,000. It was a brand new construction build. The only issue was that the basement was not finished, and he wanted the basement to be his man cave.
So,
again, I went with him to tour this house. So this was already feeling very different than the situation in Douglasville, because we did not actually tour the Douglasville house. We only did a FaceTime virtual tour. This house in Smyrna, we toured. We toured this house more than once. And it was gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous. So we talked about it. He said that he had the money.
Girl.
Again, the price was $699.
Nope.
He said he felt comfortable.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I forgot to do the switch. I swore I switched. Listen, don't beat me up. Could y'all hear it though? I'm like, I'm sorry.
Putting in an all cash offer.
I'm like, I'm getting sleepy.
Before,
my brain's not working anymore.
He had money in his savings from when he played football. So when he said an all cash offer, even
Talon, photographer here. Realtors love wide angle lenses. Makes things look bigger. Also, bendy walls. That's exactly it. Thank you. Also, Kiara, thank you for letting me know. Don't insult Satan. You don't need a finished basement for a man cave. Just saying. You could just do that shit yourself, Mr. Moneybags. Cause see, like that's another thing. That would have told me right there. I'm like, I thought you had money, boo. You can finish the basement your damn self, Mr. Moneybags. Mr. I have money. But you don't, because you're a liar. And you're a cheat.
I knew you got that kind of money, like where you can cut a cashier's check for $699,000, and he told me he did. He
Girl.
had money in savings from when he played football, and he was very comfortable paying all cash for this home.
He said that last time.
The real estate agent, Scott, sent over the paperwork. The paperwork was sent in both of our names. It was sent to my email. That was.
I just also, just a quick note, wanted to say that if you're paying in cash for a house, like, it would actually go a lot faster in some ways. Sometimes it goes slower, but like once they have verified that you have the money, like in this account, and it's not even just the $6.99. It's like a little over. Once they verify that you have that in the account to like, they're gonna, because there's no lender. They don't have to like verify it. Like there's no lender. It's girl. I'm panicking.
Another thing
High star drug money.
Everything gets sent to me, and then I will be sure that he signs it. So he sent it to me. I looked over the offer. We were asking
Monica, not less than a manager at Arby's.
Cash full price offer with a request to have the basement finished. Also, we were requesting for the seller to give us an answer within 24 hours. We were requesting a quick closing. These are just some of the things I remember. I remember 24 hours, like I didn't want to wait on y'all think about it. 24 hours, let us know if you're accepting the offer or not. And then also a quick closing because it was a new construction. So we didn't have to wait for the current tenant.
I literally, like when I was on Tinder, I like some guy who like, he works for ESPN. He does basketball. This was like a long time ago. That's why I'm like whispering and asking questions like you have the answers. But he is an ESPN basketball correspondent. He said he was. So I checked him out. I looked him up on Twitter. I looked him up everywhere. Because I was like, I'm not getting bamboozled and or hoodwinked. But he was one of those creeps that's like, bitch, let me see you shake that ass. Shake that ass, ho. Shake that ass. So he's one of those. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. First of all, because you're not paying me. But second, because I'm not drunk enough. I think the drunk enough was actually first. And the second was that you're not paying me if we're going to arrange those things. $17.50 an hour and only get paid for practice and games? Hell no. Oh my God. I cannot listen. She really did. Like, what I'm concerned about, like, why? Anybody who's around her, I'm just like, girl, remember last time when he said he put a contract on the house, he put earnest money down, blah, 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 and you believed him? Now here we go. Here we go. House numero dos.
To move out.
Stupido.
So I watched.
Idiota.
In our bedroom as he pulled it up because it was a electronic document. He signed his name to the offer for $699,000 cash.
Anybody can make that.
He requested again, the seller let us know in 24 hours if they were accepting the offer. So we submitted the offer at around 6 p.m. We were requesting that by 6 p.m. the next day, they let us know if the offer was accepted or not.
Why don't you understand the internet?
Him sign the offer. I sent the offer back to Scott from my email. All parties had signed. Scott texted us and said, I got it. I'm submitting it. I will let you know what they say. Let's go in.
I can't breathe. I feel like this is going bad again. Like, I can't. Is anybody else having like a hard time breathing? I dated an arena football player, and if you're a bench warmer or injured, you make $15 per hour only for showing up at games. Oh my God. I am trying to be on her side. She is making it really difficult. Because here's the thing. Here's my problem. Here's my multiple situations. All of it. Literally all of it. I can't. Like, to me, it's like after house number 1 falls apart, it just goes, after that, I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I can trust all this shit. And then you're like, I'm gonna let him lie. But A Taurus will let you lie, but I'm doing it to catch you, bitch. Sometimes I'm going to say something. Other times I'm not. I'm not going to say nothing, but we're done now. You know what I mean? I won't say anything, but we're officially finished. I'm not going to talk to you anymore after this. I'm going to let you, and then I'm going to disappear. Not Chase Bank. We're all like having this like strong emotional like battle. Here we go.
Right. Let's go into part 8. Good grief, this is getting long. Okay,
part 8.
So I just want to clear up some things that
Half
I
a truly
realized is kind of creating some confusion. So just allow this video to serve as a stop sign.
Okay.
Let's clarify. First of all, the story, background. He was born in Philly, raised in Philly.
In West Philadelphia.
To Augusta.
Born and raised.
Story is that he moved to Augusta for high school. After high school, he went to college at San Diego State. Enjoyed San Diego State, stayed in San Diego for quite a while. Got married out in California, had a house in California, played arena football out in California, but his family
You're correct, Lamb.
was back here in Augusta, Georgia. He still had a lot of family up in Philly, but for the most part, he had a sister in Augusta. He had a sister in Douglasville. He had a brother in Baltimore. He had another brother in Philly. And he had a brother.
We are only on 8, Serenity. Listen.
So I just want to clarify that in terms of...
this is probably the last part I can do tonight because I still got to take a shower and get ready to go to work tomorrow. Shit.
Came to Augusta for high school, went to San Diego State for college, played football, stayed at San Diego, got married out there, but still had quite a bit of family here in here in Georgia.
Girl, I have ADHD and that is too much for me.
I think I said, who lived in Douglas.
So somebody else is going to have to keep track of these family members because I've already gotten lost.
I have physically met his aunt who lived in Augusta. I've met his brother who lives in Augusta. I have spoken on FaceTime with a brother
allegedly
who lives in Baltimore.
Okay.
And then I will demonstrate how he used to talk to the brother that lives in Philly. That's coming up. You haven't missed that. In terms of the proposal, you did not miss the story of the proposal. I simply didn't want to share it because it was embarrassing. Basically, he gave me 3 ring options. We went to a jeweler at the Mall of Georgia. He had me pick out 3 rings. I told him which one I liked the most because I knew it wasn't a romantic proposal at all. I knew which ring I liked the most. I told him which one.
Hold up. No, girl. You're making me mad. No.
I'll give you the ring.
I'm upset. You wanted marriage and all, and he didn't even make this special for. Oh my god, why? And I say, why, please, why? My sister in Christ. Listen, it'll probably be like around this time-ish because like I'm, she got proposed to at the I can't say nothing, My engagement ring and wedding ring came from Hellsberg. Excuse me. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's in the mall. It just looks fancier because of the signage. The signage, Hellsberg, makes it look classy. Oh, gosh. He wasn't even romantic. Like, I can't. Somebody please. And also, let's give it up one more time for Messy Stories, for getting all of this compiled here in one spot. I don't know if other people have done it. Who cares? But this is the one I found first. So Messy Stories, like, good work. Thank you. Appreciative. Oh my God. It's falling down, But I hope that it ends with la da 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 da. You know? You know what I mean? You get it.
And I'll propose.
Thank
Fast
you, a
forward,
mall ring. White
about
Jesus just failing
this
her.
was summer because I was actually pregnant when the ring came. We were sitting at the dinner table. He took the ring box out of his pocket, slammed it on the dinner table, and I was like, "What is this?" He was like, "Open it." I opened it. Inside was the ring that I had wanted, that I had chosen at the jeweler, and he was like, "All right, so this means that you're gonna be my wife." I was pregnant. So, again,
Ma'am, be so fucking for real. Be so fucking for real. Even though my ex-husband was a ginormous piece of trash, he at least did a good proposal. And it was an emerald flanked by diamonds, which is what I had wanted. All right. I was surprised. Actually, I thought he was breaking up with me, but he was proposing, which was really awesome. That's one of the best, like, that is a good moment I have. That's like one good moment I have from that relationship was like the proposal, glorious, so sweet. We're walking, we get out. It kept it private, like what I wanted, because I'm not one of those people that although now me of today is like, I'm going to need you to like, we're not like, I will still be proposed to. We're just not getting married. I need you to like it needs to be a big to-do for everyone. And I don't really want to be the center of the attention, but I do. But I don't, but I do. You know what I mean? It's like it's my birthday. Everybody pay attention to me. I can't handle it. I legitimately, I'm like, be so fucking for real. Like this man just like dropped slammed a ring on a table and was like, pff. And I know that you're asking us to give you grace, girl, but it's so hard. I'm trying to be on your side, baby, but like, I can't, you're making it hard for me. It's just, okay. We're going to finish whatever this clarification part. And then we're going to have to come back on another day because I'm going to hot shower. I'm going to take my blood pressure medication. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to work on my day off. But the good news is I have Friday off and I have Saturday off. And I always have Sunday off. But because, and I get paid more money. I get paid extra money. So here's what happens. As a postal employee, what they're going to do is because I'm working on my day off, I get paid additional money for working on my day off. Plus I get another day off. Plus, so I'm getting all these paid days off. They're all paid too. It's like, they're paid days. I'm like, and it's not my vacation. So, okay. Why did I scratch my armpits? Let me live my life. Thank you.
When I asked y'all to give me grace, it's because there are certain things that's just like, what was you thinking? Trust me. There's no excuse. So there was never a, will you marry me? It was more of a, we're living together. We're having a baby together. We need to get married because the backstory also was that his dad was a retired police officer, but at one point his father was a pastor.
Please understand.
So he could quote the Bible.
Please understand, I keep flammable liquids near me at all times. Yeah. You know in Con Air, when I'm not going to say anymore, but I keep flammable liquids on me at all times. Should you piss me off like that? Some people may call it spontaneous combustion. Others might say arson. It is what it is.
Like nobody's business, as we all know. So can Lucifer. But anyway, he could quote the Bible like no one's business. And so that's how we ended up engaged. And I was wearing a ring. I will find a picture and I will try to post it. But I was wearing the ring. Don't worry, there's more to that story as well. So
Oh God,
just
not
wanted to
more.
clarify some
Jeez.
things.
I can't take
For the
anymore.
people who were like,
There's like
wasn't it
hours
weird
left.
that he had a sister who lived close, but he's from Philly? So I just wanted to definitely bring clarity to what he told me was the backstory.
He
Born
was
in
born
Philly,
and raised in West
came to
Philadelphia.
Augusta for high school, went to California for college, played football at San Diego State, played football and arena football, worked at Apple, and then joined the condiment company in California, who then transferred him back to Georgia. He was married in California, and he told me he got divorced in California.
Hi, Purple Cat.
That is important as well. That will come up again later.
Oh,
And
this
so
is
the ex-wife, at this point in time, at the time that I'm telling you, part 7, which is the last video I just posted,
okay.
the ex-wife lived in California with her 2 kids, his 2 stepkids. The 2 stepkids were 17 and 20 or 21, but they were that age group. And he was saying that he was very close with them. So he was
a lamb. It might make me too stressed. Like,
and he talked to them
every kiss begins with K.
if not every day, every other day. When I say when I say this, I need y'all to understand.
Plant Lady, thanks for the
When I say
follow
that he
on
talked
Twitch.
to someone, it means that he was on the phone in front of me talking to the person. I hope that because I will touch back on this. He was on the phone in front of me talking to the person. So he talked to his siblings every day. He talked to his aunt.
We're in like July, Purple Cat.
He talked to his family the way I talk to my family almost every day. And again, I will demonstrate how he used to do the phone calls. I will also demonstrate how he used to do the work phone calls, because he called me every single day from work. And he would talk to people while he was on the phone with me.
Girl.
And I could hear people in the background. But that's a whole nother part.
Listen,
So,
I just need you to understand,
clear your seats.
when people are doing not well shit, i.e. pretending to talk on the phone, I would know. I have done this before because I didn't want to be seen hovering around someone's house who I was not stalking. We just lived in the same apartment complex, but I just wanted to see if they were out. But I didn't feel comfortable just like walking by and like looking up at their apartment. So I pretended to be on the phone. That's normal shit. But this man is taking this like what's up, Nolly? You're like, I was looking for it. We'll see. Oh, my big boy is like laid down. Thank you. It is in fact called the television. And by the way, like, you can have little sound effect things, right? Like, you know, look, I have sound effects. Can you hear these? That's depressing. If you can, let me know by making like a clown face or something. But like, what? Listen, I am getting panicked. We are now 1 hour into this 5-hour odyssey. We're going to finish her little breakdown and then I'm going to go, because this is the man at the office playing on in the background. Yes. Jesus. All right. Ooh, thank you, Nolly. I didn't know if you could hear these things because, like, listen. This is giving me massive stress. I'm just like, ugh. I'm trying to like not be stressed, but it's like too stressful.
I promise I'm reading your comments, I'm reading your questions, but I wanted to bring this video just to clarify some stuff. Hopefully this helps. And honestly, I know people are fascinated by this, but more than anything, I hope that there's a woman watching this and she's saying to herself, okay, it's time for me to ask some questions.
I ask questions immediately.
That's my hope.
Next part.
All right, part 8 of...
Is this really part 8?
So
okay, we're doing part 8. That's it
house in Smyrna
for tonight.
I sent it over to Scott, our realtor, and next day comes. Scott asked if we can take a phone call. So he calls us and tells us that the offer was not accepted and the builder did not do a counter offer. We don't exactly know why. We don't exactly know why.
That's very rare.
He didn't accept it, but the bottom line is that we figured out later on that he didn't want to finish the basement. So the offer was not accepted. The house fell through.
House number 2.
I was okay with that because, again, I knew he had put in an offer. So we continued looking at other houses. We found another house in Smyrna that he really liked. I thought that it was way too big for just the two of us. And so the price of this home was much higher than the $750,000 that Chase had approved for the mortgage. So what he explained to me was that he was willing to do the $750,000 mortgage, and he was also willing to put a significant amount of the money in savings on the house.
Girl.
Which meant that he was now comfortable going from $750,000 up to about $900,000.
No.
Again,
that's not how it works.
His whole explanation was, I have the money where I can put down a substantial down payment, bring down the price of the home, and then basically mortgage the rest of it.
That's not how it works.
That was now the plan. I was not comfortable.
What I'm saying though is you have to you have to show the bank that you have that money. You have to be able to show the proof of the extras. Oh my God, I can't breathe. That's not how it works. It doesn't, oh my God. It doesn't work like that. You can't just be like, oh, I have the money. He literally, he has to show the bank that. You should have said, show me the statement. Show me the statement where you have the extra. I need to see where you have $200,000 sitting in an account, babes. I have to see it. The bank, because the bank is going to, crying. I'm like crying in my spirit. The bank's going to want that too, to finalize the loan. Just FYI. It's not even just him saying that he's willing to do it. It's like literally the bank, they're like, we're going to give you $700,000. And then when they're doing all the loan and all the paperwork and all that stuff, and like, let's say that the house is $900,000, they're also going to confirm the amount of that money. This is why they tell you not to buy anything, not to take out any credit, not to buy a new car. Almost up to the fucking day you close on your house. Okay. They are regularly checking your account, regularly checking your credit, regularly making sure that shit doesn't just like, making sure you don't do anything weird that's going to fuck up the loan. That I can't breathe. Okay. Here, part 8 is like testing my life, my spirit, and my soul.
With a home over $900,000. But again, keep in mind, I saw the Chase paperwork. So I was like, I just feel more comfortable sticking at the $750,000 mark. That's what you were approved for. Let's go with that.
And actually, you should be just another note. By the way, if you're approved for $750,000, you shouldn't be using the $750,000. I can't. I used to do this for 7 years. Okay, it was a career. Even if you're approved for $750,000, you shouldn't 750 is like the max out point, and most of us, you don't want to go to your max out point. Honestly, you'd be fine at 500,000. That's affordable. That's fine. And that leaves room for shit. Oh my God. Oh, I'm getting like nervous goat farts, Lamb. Like I'm like the gas that is building in my stomach from the stress of this. Okay.
Fall of 2020, we had been talking about marriage. I had my ring. He had made VP at the company. And again, he was calling me every day from work. I need to kind of explain how the company was ran, because when you think VP, you would think he would be in an office. It was a condiment company, so they actually were producing the condiments, and I'm not saying the name of the company on purpose, but they were producing the condiments in this particular plant location. So a lot of times he would simply tell me that he walked the floor, checking in with his subordinates, basically.
That's not what VPs do.
How did he go to work? For the most part, at this point, he left before I woke up.
No. Oh, God.
However, pretty much he wore dress pants, kind of like a dark navy blue cargo pant. And he had a polo shirt with the company logo on it.
Is this man a hobosexual?
What I saw a lot of times is that he would not wear the polo shirt to work. He would wear like a company t-shirt. He would wear rubber sole shoes and the navy blue cargo pants. I didn't think it was a uniform, but it reminded me of what someone would wear when I worked at Amazon.
You're correct, Fuller.
If you're going to be doing manual labor. He didn't go to work sloppy looking at all, but it definitely was not suit and tie. Nowhere near suit and tie. It is fair to note that outside of work, he was a man who he loved to dress. He loved to wear the latest Jordans. He loved to collect watches. He collected a lot of Invicta watches.
Oh, God.
He loved to collect hats. He wore hats, baseball caps everywhere because he knew the shape of.
If you're in a warehouse, yes. Kind of. Like it's a cubicle office situation. Listen, Dark Angel, I really am. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to need my blood pressure medication for real, to like just, I'm going to need like 3 cigarettes before I get in the shower. This is the most stressful, like literally every flag, like I know this already happened, right? I understand it but it's just, yeah, Purple Cat. Like, I don't judge her ability to read reality. Like, we never got photos. Maybe he liked Jordans, but he was sloppy. I can't. He always leaves before you. And here's what I'm going to say. There are literally people on TikTok who do skits, right? And in their skits, they have every uniform of like every company. We don't know how they get them. We're not going to ask any questions. I just want to put that out there.
Of his head. So in terms of how he dressed casually, the man, he could dress. In terms of how he dressed for work, yeah, he didn't dress like a VP. But his excuse was, I'm constantly walking the production floor.
That's actually true in
warehouse.
warehouse.
Can't be in a suit and tie walking the production floor where they're creating the condiments that we're selling. So by this point, again, this is fall. We're still
Monica, what day are we on?
We're still touring houses as much as we can.
We're 2 houses down, and how many days?
We had found another house that we really liked, and a house that I really truly wanted to put an offer in. Thank you, Amanda. This was now going to be the second house that we put an offer on. He put in the asking price, I believe, was about $700,000. He put in under asking an offer for about $650,000. I'm guessing, but I'll try to find the house and put it on the story. The reason that house fell through, we found out that the home was sitting on a septic tank. We found out the septic tank had an issue, and it would have taken about $15,000 to $20,000 to fix the septic tank. The sellers were not willing to fix the septic tank. Personally, I ain't really care for the house that much. I don't really want it. So even though we put an offer in, we had 24 hours where we could pull our offer back. And so we did. Once we found out, I believe it was in the disclosure. And if you're a realtor, please feel free to tell me if I'm using the wrong terminology. But I believe it was in the disclosure that they told us the septic tank needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
That's when I was like,
yeah, you can pull it out at any time for that. That's the kind of shit you can pull out for. I'm not a realtor,
So
but
we
yes, I
pulled
do
out.
know.
The house fell through, and so
Because that's a very expensive repair.
I was fine with it because, again, I was heavily involved. I saw him sign the offer. I knew every step of what was going on. Our real estate agent, Scott, was amazing, but you will see when I get to it where he made a mistake as a real estate agent.
Of course he did.
So house number 2 fell through. We then moved on, saw a few more houses, and then we get to house number 3. I'm going to pause
I'm crying.
talking about the houses because now I need to introduce what happened with the cars.
All right. So this is where we're going to stop tonight because she's about to hit us up with the cars. And I feel like we all need a Pepto-Bismol smoothie because this shit is like, we are losing our spirits. I can't fucking handle this. Thank you, Dark Angel. I have a Stream Deck and I'm using it now. Because like now that I'm using my OBS, which I'm like so excited to be using, like I built this last night. I spent too much time building this, and this isn't even the right one. I don't even think this is the right border at this point. But like I spent way too much time like awake doing this shit because of who I am as a person. I literally cannot like. We are an hour and a half in. So first of all, like applause for everybody who's made it this entire part. Like, yay, we've done well. I live for the applause. I live for the applause. So this is the wildest shit I have ever endured. I genuinely don't know. Like, this has been a ride. And not in the like, come on, ride that train and ride it. Woo, woo. You know, this has been more like ignition, and we all know about R. Kelly. Like, this is. Yeah, thank you. I'm about to go take my blood pressure medication. Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. So listen, depending on when I get off work tomorrow, I will probably have another dinner. We'll see what I feel like eating tomorrow. It could be the exact same thing because I will eat the same thing day after day after day because that's who I am as a person. Thank all of you who like go on this ride with me because I knew that I wanted to see this, but I also knew I couldn't handle this alone. So in all like sincerity, thank all of you who've come along on the ride. We will keep going on this emotional roller coaster. As Mariah said, I am going to take my blood pressure medication. I'm going to get something for this gut because the stress in there, like I'm going to need to get some Tums going because there's like a lot of stress. I'm going to take a hot shower. And I got an entire 12 pack of Truly back here that I'm going to put in the fridge now. So So it's basically dinner and 2 Trulies a night until we finish this bad boy. All right. A big thank you goes out to my patrons and my channel members, without whom I would not be able to continue to create this wild, weird, wonderful, wacky content that you all come by and see. For everybody who subscribes, and most importantly, the patrons and channel members give me something besides our wonderful times that we spend on like movie nights and all of that good stuff, and our like streams and all of that stuff. You also give me the gift of time, because it's really hard to have that and keep my channel running with the lack of time that I have. So I'm actually able to take more time in between because of the support that y'all give me. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great night. And until next time, I am so pretty and so are you. Bye.